Okay, so in the previous class, we have seen how we can work with different methods in arrays, the last two classes. And today we will focus on strings. So we'll see how we can work with the strings and what are the different string methods are available and how we can use those methods to perform different type of operations on strings. So basically in JavaScript and TypeScript, string is basically a group of characters and which we can put in single quotation or double quotation or backtick symbol. So we can define the strings or we can declare the strings in multiple ways. Okay, so what is basically string? So let me first create a new project for today. So new folder. So, well, so string concept is most important, especially for automation point of view, because we use so many methods in automation to perform different type of validations on strings. So listen carefully. Strings dot ts. Okay. So first of all, what is a string and how we can declare a string? So definition wise, string is a text value or a combination of characters or group of characters, which is called as a string. Suppose if you specify the numbers in double quotations or single quotations, and they also consider as a string, even though they are numbers, if you put them in double quotes or single quotes, they also consider as a string. And we can define or we can declare the string or we can put string either in single quote or double quote or backtick operators. And this backtick operator especially we use whenever you want to uh, retrieve the value from the variable and print inside the string. So when we try to use a string variable inside another string value, then we will use this kind of notation. And rest of the times we can use either single quote or double quote. And even string is also having index like an array. So every character will represent with some index. Okay, for example, it should start from 0. Each and every character is represented with an index. And even string methods, we use that index to perform different operations. So just like an array, string also start index from 0. Each and every character we can count from 0 itself. Okay, so this is a basic understanding what is string. Now we can define the string in multiple ways. A declaration of strings. So how many ways we can declare? Let's say let str1. This is similar, just a name of the variable. You can put any name there. And type is string. Again, in TypeScript, type inference is there. So because of type inference feature, so specifying the type is optional. And if you want to explicitly specify the type, you can specify that. That is recommended always. Equal to this is a string. So like this, we can simply create a string using double quote, single quote, double quote also we can use. So like say single quote like this, string with single quote. So this is one type of string. And similarly, we can also create a string with the double quote. So let's say string 2. So this is a string with double quote like this. Or we can also create a string like this, str3. Same variable names we cannot repeat. Okay. So str3, I said this is a string with backtick. So these are the three different ways we can create a string. So it's a single quote, or we can say double quote, or we can say backtick operator. So this is called backtick. You can see in the keyboard. This is a backtick. So these are the three different ways we can create a string variables. Now at the time of printing, it is exactly the same. I can say str of 1 console.log str of 1, str of 2, and 3. So you won't see any difference in the output. So you can say day 12. Yeah, so now we got a output. So this is the only flexibility we have in JavaScript and TypeScript. But if you go with Java, we have only double quotes are allowed. In Python, single quote and double quote also allowed. But here, it is allowed three different type of operators or symbols. Okay, so now we'll see when exactly we use this backtick operator. So we'll see some scenarios when we will prefer to use this backlit operator. So not every time. So most of the times, 90% of the times you can use either single quote or double quote. But in there are some special cases, we use this backlit operator whenever you work with the variable. Now let me show you some example. Let's say when to use backtick operator. Backtick means this is a backtick. Okay, so for example, let's say I'm taking a number. This is a number type of variable and storing is some data. Now, if I just try to print like this, so I want to print the value like this, I can say number is, we can print number. Is it valid statement or not? Is it valid statement or not? Yes or no? It is a valid statement. It returns 10, it is also valid. Okay. Now, my requirement is I just want to print this value inside the string itself, inside the string. So the number is this number I will pass inside the double quotation itself. Okay, inside the double quotation itself. So then how it is possible? Let's say if I just print like this, number is num. Instead of keeping that outside, I'm just making inside. Is it valid or not? Is valid or not? It is not valid. If I say look at this output, you will see just print a num as a just like a string, it is printed along with the rest of the value. So this is not valid. It won't work like that. Suppose if I say even double quote, single quote also in the same scenario, this is not valid. Suppose if you want to print like that, right? So now I want to print the number exactly in the same place. So then what we can do, we can use this in the curly brace and we can just put one dollar sign. Is it valid or not? This one is valid or not? No, this is also not valid because backtick operator we have to use. So when I want to capture the value of the variable inside the string like this, we cannot specify this notation inside the double quote. Okay. Even in the single quotation also, it is not valid. If I put the single quote here, number is dollar sign number. This is also invalid. Okay, so if you want to retrieve the value from the variable inside the string, then we go for backtick operator. So this is a special case. So now if I write like this, instead of using single and double quote, I'm using backtick operator like this. Now it is valid. So now we will get an exact expected output is this one. Okay. So this is a scenario where we use backtick operator to represent the strings. Okay, this is all basic information. We have already discussed this earlier also. Now we'll see the different type of string methods. So how many types of methods are there? How we can use them to perform different operations on the strings. So string methods. Okay. To demonstrate string methods, there are n number of methods are there again. There are so many, approximately 9 to 10 methods, which we are going to use very frequently, even in automation. So I will discuss those methods one by one. So the first method, so before showing all the methods, let me create another string variable. Let's say let str and type is string. And here I'm defining a string like this. Let str colon string. In the double quote, I'm specifying the string. Let's say hello, comma, TypeScript. Okay, so this is simple and also exclamatory mark. So this is simple string declaration. Let str is a string variable name. String is a type. And inside this is a simple string message. Okay. Now, suppose I want to find the total number of characters or length of the particular string. So how we can do that? So the first method we have is length property. So just like in array, we have a length, right? Length property we have. So to find the length of an array. Similarly, we also have the same property for string also. Okay, so the first thing is length. Find the length of a string. Okay, now let us see how we can use str dot length. This is not a method. Okay, so in array also it is not a method. This is just a property, an attribute of an array or attribute of a string. So we should not put bracket like this. It is just an attribute. Okay, so this will actually return the length of an array. This will return a length of an array. So let's try to print directly. So console.log of, say, length of a string it will return. So length of a string means what? How many characters are there in a string will be returned. Let's execute. It is giving exactly 18. So the number of characters are 18. Now if I just count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So when it counts the length of a string, it will also consider the special symbol like this, comma, and space also will be considered. Okay. It will also consider the space and special symbols like exclamatory mark or comma. It will also count them. So the completely 8 characters are, this is the length of a string. So when you count length of a string, it won't start from 0. Okay. So index will start from 0. But how many characters are there? So that is actually length. So how many characters? How many characters? Length is representing how many number of characters. How many number of characters. Okay, so this is a length attribute. We can say length attribute, Length. Simple. Now the second one. Converting the case. Suppose I have a one string, I want to convert into lowercase or I want to convert them into uppercase. So we have two methods. So two uppercase, and all these methods are case sensitive. You need to use exactly similar way. Two uppercase and also two lowercase. Same methods are there in Java also. There is no much difference. Same methods, exactly same methods. So two uppercase and two lowercase. So basically why we need to use this to convert the case, uppercase and lowercase. So what I'm doing, I say console.log of whatever string I've created str, I'll just convert the entire thing into uppercase dot to uppercase. This is again method, so we need to put in the bracket. So this will convert entire string into uppercase character. So I can just say uppercase. And similarly, we can also convert the same str into lowercase. I can say str dot to lowercase. So here, two uppercase method will return the string. Okay, even two lowercase also will return a string in lowercase. So both the methods will return a string only. So both the methods will return a string. But two uppercase return a string in uppercase and two lowercase return a string in two lowercase. So execute. Now we got this. So this is completely in uppercase and this is in the lowercase. So just for converting the case, two methods are there, two uppercase and two lowercase. Okay, so here this will not change the versional. Okay, so here it won't change the versional. I will talk about string immutability concept at the end of the session. So all the string methods won't change the original value of the string because string is immutable. Even in Java also it is immutable, means the original value won't changed by any of the methods. Okay, I will show you some examples for string immutability. Okay, so two uppercase and two lowercase. Now the third method, so two uppercase, two lowercase is done. Now next one is caret method. Caret and index of. Caret and index of. There are two methods. I'm just showing combination of two methods because they seems very similar. So two uppercase, two lowercase. Similarly, caret and index of. These are the two methods are there. Caret is one method, index of is another method. So the caret method will take index as a parameter. This is completely opposite. Okay. So caret method, we need to pass index as a parameter, index of the string. Index of method, we need to pass, for index of method, we need to pass a string as a parameter. Okay. String as a parameter, opposite. So caret method will provide the character where exactly character of the particular string. Based on the index, it will pass the character. It will return the character. Here, based on the string, it will return the index. It will first caret method will return the string, index of method will return the index. So exactly opposite. So let me show you. I say console.log of str dot caret of. See, we have these many strings. So I will just provide an index, some number. Let's say I'm passing 4. So what is the character which you have in the fourth location in this? Fourth location. We need to count index from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. O is there exactly. So this will actually return O. So when I pass an index, that will return the particular character which is present inside the particular index place. Exactly opposite, index of method. I say console.log of index of. Now here we need to pass a string. Str dot index of. Here we need to pass a string. Suppose I will pass something called type. Now, what is an index of the type? Where exactly the type is got started? That index will be returned. Now, can you tell me? So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So exactly in the 7th place, type is got started. So this will actually returns the 7. So this is exactly opposite. Okay. So the first caret method will return the string based on the index. And the index of method will take the string and return the index. Exactly opposite of methods. So here, this is character at fourth index. And here we are getting index of type. Index of type. Okay, so now first one returns 0, second one is written 7. So this is caret and index of method. The next one is most important, substring method. Substring. Substring. So this will extract a substring, some portion of the string from the actual string. Okay, so for example, this is our current string. This is our current string. Hello, TypeScript. I will put here. So now from the string, I want to capture a substring. Let's say index will start from 0 itself. Or let me take some other string. Okay. Console.log of str.substring of. Okay, so before using this substring, I'll show you some examples. So substring method will take starting index and ending index from where to where we need to capture the value. So let me take some example to demonstrate this substring. Let's say I have a simple keyword, like a simple string like this. Let's say welcome. So whenever you are using substring method, we need to pass starting index comma ending index. Accordingly, it will return the substring. Okay. So it is starting from 0, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the indexes. All right. So now if I provide substring of, let's say 2 comma 4. So what this will return? 2 is a starting index. 0, 1, 2. It is started from here. 4 is an ending index. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth index is what? 0. Fourth index is 0. So what this will return actually? What this will return? See, whenever you count the starting index, according to this substring method, count from 0 itself. Okay, 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. Here is the starting index. When you count the four index, count from 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now starting index is 2. What is the starting character? L. 4 is here. So between L and C is 4 actually. So L and C, there is no character. So LC will be returned. LC will be returned. So the last index, whatever we provided, that is exclusive. Okay, that should be exclusive. So when I say 4, it will give till 3. Okay, so just like it is same thing for array also. So when I say 4, it will consider till 3. 4 is an exclusive. Similarly, when I say 5 is exclusive, it will give till 4. Okay. Now, similarly, if I want to capture, okay, if you want to capture COME, now tell me what is the starting index, ending index? Substring. What is starting index and ending index for COME? COME. What is the starting index and ending index? I want to capture the last 4 characters. Yeah, starting index of C is what? 3. Directly we can specify, comma. Ending index of E is what? Ending index of E. We need to count from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 7. So 3, comma 7. So that will give you what is the index of C? 0, 1, 2, 3. So we need to start from 0 when you count the index, starting index. So when you find the ending index, count from 1. Okay. So this is how we can extract the substring by passing starting index, ending index. Okay. Now, accordingly, let me show you. So str or substring. So currently, what is the value which we have in the substring is? This is the one. Right. So this is our current value of the string. So I'm just keeping here. So now you tell me if I want to capture str.substring of, I want to capture just hello. Now tell me what is the index we need to provide. Starting index 0, comma 0, comma 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, comma 5. So this will exactly return hello. Okay, so when I execute, this will return hello like this. Okay, so it will take 2 parameters, starting index, comma, ending index. So ending index is exclusive. Ending index is exclusive. When I say ending index 5, it will take up to 4. When I say ending index is 4, it will take up to 3. So ending index is exclusive. Okay, remember this. Now, this is a simple substring method. So whichever string substring we want to capture from this, you can just put starting and ending indexes. That is substring method. Next one, includes. Includes. In Java, we have a contains method. So it is similar to that. Includes. The includes method returns true or false. Returns true or false. A Boolean value will be returned. Boolean value will be returned. So for example, let's say console.log of str dot includes, and here I'm saying includes, simple I say ABC. So what this will return? ABC. So this str includes ABC or not? Do we have ABC in this? In the string? No. So if this value is a part of the main string, then it returns true. If this value or if a string is not part of the main string, it returns false. Okay. So obviously this return false. Now if I say str dot includes, here I will say TypeScript. So true or false? It returns true because TypeScript is a part of the string. So it returns true. Okay. Similarly, when I say str dot includes exclamatory mark, true or false, it includes already. So this will also returns true. Okay. So what includes method will do, it will just check the string which is part of the main string or not. If it is a part of the main string, returns true, or else it returns a false. That is includes method. So very, very useful, especially in automation. We use this method very, very frequently. Yes, all string methods are case sensitive. Suppose when I say TypeScript I'm taking includes, instead of writing like this, I say TypeScript, all uppercase characters, obviously written false. Okay, so the string value is case sensitive. Remember this. String value is case sensitive. String value is, sorry. String value is case sensitive. Okay, so this is includes method, exactly equal to contains method in Java. And we use this very frequently in automation to do verifications. This is one method, includes. Next, sixth one, start with, end with. Start with and end with. So these are the two methods. Start with, it is starts, plural, ends. Starts with, ends with. So what exactly it is? For example, let's say console.log of str dot starts with of. Okay, so currently what is our string? This is our string. Hello TypeScript. So what I'll do is I can simply say hello, hello here. So even the starts with end with is also returns a Boolean value. Start with end with is also returns a Boolean value. Both methods returns a Boolean value, which is true or false. So what this method will verify actually. So starts with hello. So according to this, my string is starting with what? Hello itself. Starting with hello. So this is true. This will returns true. Similarly, if I say end with, str dot end with, end with, ends with exclamatory mark. So my string is also ending with the exclamatory mark. This is the last character. So this will also returns true. So start with, end with method. So we can verify the string is starting with some string and ending with some other string. So you can say starts with, okay, let's say something else I'm giving. So start with some ABC. This should return false, obviously, because the string is not starting with ABC. So last two. So start with hello is true. I'm writing some description. So this is starts with, ends with, and this is also ends with ABC. Okay, so now start with the true, end with is true again, ends with ABC is false. So what start with method will do, it will check the actual string is starting with this string or not. Similarly, ends with method will check the string is ended with this particular character or not. Simple, very simple and straightforward. Start with and ends with. Next one, replace. Replace. And this will replace a string from the original string. So if you want to replace actual some one single character or multiple group of characters, we can use this replace. It will actually replace the string. Okay. So we already have a string like this. So I can say str dot replace, str of replace. So currently we have this particular string. This is our string. Now, what I want to do is in the particular string, I want to replace TypeScript with some different word. Okay, I want to replace this TypeScript with a different word. So I can say str.replace which string we want to replace. That we need to specify first. TypeScript we want to replace. So that we can specify. And what is the new string which we want to replace with? That also we need to specify in the second parameter. Let's say I want to specify world. So this will do the actual replace. So after replacement, it will return the replaced string. It will return. So every string method will return something. And few methods we may not return, few methods will return. Okay. So most of the methods will return a string as an output. So even replace method will return final string. You can store that in another string variable, or you can directly put inside the console.log. So this is our replaced string, or we can say updated string. So don't confuse updated string in the sense we are not updating the original string. It cannot update the original string. Still str contains the same value. It is just replacing some string, some part of the string, and return that updated string here. Okay. Or other words, you can say replaced string. So TypeScript will be replaced with hello world. Now this is a actual output. Okay. So this is how we can simply use a replace. We can replace a particular string from the main string. That's called replace. Next one, split. This is also another important method. Most of the times we use in automation. SPLIT, split. So this will split the entire string into multiple parts and store them into array. So split method basically returns an array. So it will break the string into multiple parts based on the delimiter and returns an array. So split method break the string into multiple parts based on the delimiter. So we need to provide some delimiter where exactly we want to break the string. So once it is broken into multiple parts, we need to store those values into a variable. So that variable should be again array. Only array can hold multiple values. So once we break the string into multiple parts, we can store them into another array, another string array. So what basically split method will do is split method break the string into multiple parts based on the delimiter and then returns an array. Okay, for example, let's say str dot split str.split. Here, this is a simple string we have. So what I'll do is inside the str.split, I will just keep a space. I'm giving some space. So what is the space here? Space is basically a delimiter. We can put whichever delimiter you want, which is present inside the string. So if I look at the particular string, so we have comma, we have a space. On what basis you want to split the string? That we need to first decide. So I want to separate this hello and TypeScript. So what is a delimiter here is space is there. So I'm using space as a delimiter. So this will actually split the string into two parts. This is before space, whatever is there before the space, that is one part. And whatever is there after the space, that is the second part. So two values will be returned. So we need to store them in an array. So I can create one more array. We can call it as let's say words. And this is basically what? It is an array variable. Let words is an array variable. And what type of an array variable? String type of an array variable. So I'm defining a string like this. Okay, now let us print the array. Console.log of words. So this will actually print an array. So when I execute this, you can see this is an array is got printed like this. This is an output after splitting. After splitting a string. Okay, so what is split method will do? Split method will break the string into multiple based on the delimiter. So now again, if you want to extract the first value or second value separately, we can extract them by passing index of words. Let's say words of 0 will return hello. Words of 1 will return TypeScript. Okay, so this is how we can use it. So we can put, based on the delimiter only, we can split the data. So let me give you another example for this. This is an example 1. Example 2. Let me define a string. So let my string, this is also a string variable. Okay, and I can create something called abc at the rate gmail.com. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is the one thing, comma. Here I'll say xyz abc. This is a complete string. Okay, now my string is like this. Now the string contains an email ID, comma, let's say this is my password, email ID and password. So my requirement is I want to extract the email ID separately, password separately. I want to separate them. Okay. So how we can write the statement? What is the delimiter which we need to use here? Delimiter, comma, right? So email and password is separated with a comma. So how we can write this now? Console.log of my string dot split of what is the delimiter, comma, that we need to keep inside the double quotation. That's it. So the split method will split this entire string into 2 parts. And again, I'm storing into an array variable. So array variable I'm taking, let's say let arr, let arr. I'm just creating an array variable like this. So now this arr contains how many strings? Too many strings. Okay, arr contains 2 strings. First one is what? abc at gmail.com. Second one is what? xyz at abc. So now if I want to print console.log, if I want to print only email address from this array, I want to capture only email address. Then how we can print? Here I can say email arr of 0. By capturing index, by using index, we can extract. Similarly, you can say console.log password should be arr of 1, like this. So based on the delimiter, we can extract the value separately from the string. So we can break the string based on the delimiter. This is how we can use a split method. Okay, so split method basically returns an array. Split method returns an array. Now, the next one. Trim. We have 3 methods combination: trim start, and trim end. So what if more than one space is a string, all the strings will be broken. So for example, if I have another string like this, let's say another comma ABC, so then how array contains three values. So Gmail ID, password, and some other value. So based on the comma, wherever the commas are coming, so it will split everything. So now this time it will return 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah. So now we can see trim start, trim end. There are 3 methods. So basically we use these 3 methods to avoid the spaces in a string. Front, at the beginning, at the end. Trim start, trim end. So trim method will remove the spaces at the beginning and end of the string. Trim start method remove the spaces at the beginning. Trim end will remove the spaces at the end of the string. Okay, 3 methods are there. So to demonstrate this string, I'm taking a new string variable. Let my string. So my string is already created something. So I no need to define the let. Can I replace this value? Can I replace this value? Yes. We cannot redeclare the same variable, but we can replace the value. So let me take same variable. My string, here I'm taking some big string which contains spaces. Let's say I'm giving 3 spaces. Here I'm writing something. Let's say some text. Or you can say welcome to TypeScript. And again, I'm giving 3 spaces. Now at the beginning we have a 3 spaces, and at the end also we have a three spaces. Now I want to remove the spaces. So first of all, console.log of print the versional string, my string. This is my versional string. So when I print this, you can see it is printed along with the spaces. I'm able to select those spaces also. It is printed along with the spaces, right and the left side spaces. Right. So now I'm trying to apply a method left trim, trim start and trim and trim. Three methods are there. Three methods are there. So first let's use a trim method. So here a trim, my string dot trim. Okay, so my string dot trim. So this will remove the spaces at the beginning and end. So now we can see exactly same string is written, but it is removed the spaces from the beginning and end. It is just remove the spaces. Now, suppose if I say my string dot, this is trim start. So my string dot trim start, it will remove only starting. It will trim only the starting point. So in the beginning, it will remove all the spaces. So this time you won't see the space actual. You can say perfect. Now you can see this is the actual string which is got returned. There is no space. There is no space at the beginning. And similarly, if I say trim end, here trim end. So this will remove the spaces at the end of the string. So again, still beginning, the beginning space is there, but at the end, there is no space. So this is the complete string which is got returned like this. Okay. So this is how I'll put the comment so that you can understand. So this is an output of the end trim. So at the end, you don't have a spaces. And start trim is nothing but what? Trim starts at the beginning. You don't have any spaces. You don't have anything in the beginning spaces, but the end you will have a 3 spaces. This is an output. So this is an output of the second statement. And what trim method will do? Trim method will remove the spaces at the beginning, also at the end. Okay, so this is how we can use trim start and trim end. So in Java, we have only one trim method. In Python, we have trim, ltrim, and rtrim. So we have ltrim and rtrim in Python. In JavaScript and TypeScript, we have trim start and trim end. Okay, this is a one method. Now, the last method, we have a concat. So what is concat method will do? Simple. It will join the strings. 2 or more strings, it will able to concat. So we can also use plus operator for concatenation. Let's say I'm defining 2 strings here. Let's say let my string 1, or I think str1, str2 we already defined at the beginning. So str1 is equal to welcome. This is my first string. str2 equal to TypeScript. Okay, so this is another string. So I have a 2 strings now. So I want to join them, or I want to concatenate. Simply what you can do, console.log of. So it will return the concatenated string. How to concatenate? str1 dot concat. First, we need to use a first string variable, then followed by concat of str2, like this. Okay, and this will able to concatenate the string. So console.log of, this is a concatenated string. After concatenation, like this. So first string is joined with the second string. So when I see the output, this is the output we were getting. Right? So if you want to use variables, you can do this. Suppose if I say even plus also you can use, but that is not recommend when you're working with the strings. So if you just want to use plus operator, you can simply do like this. It will just do concatenation, nothing like this. So this will also return the same thing, alternative. So this is alternative, but not recommended, because plus operator, when I use between numbers, it will perform arithmetic operations. Okay. All right. So this is a one thing. Suppose can I write like this? Let's say say console dot log off. Here I'm defining one string. Let's say welcome dot concat off to TypeScript. Is it correct notation? Yes, perfectly correct. So we can join the strings like this. So here we put the variables str1, str2. We already have some data. So we are using the variable names here. So if you do not have a variables, if you directly want to specify the string, then you can put that in the double quotes. This is a string concatenated with another string. So this is also valid statement. So these two are with variables. These two are without variables with the direct string values. Okay, so this is how we can do concatenation. Let us say I have another string, str of 3 also. Welcome to TypeScript and JavaScript. Now I have a 3 strings I want to combine. Then how it is possible? So concat method will take only one parameter. Concat method can take only one parameter as an argument. So we cannot pass multiple parameters. So in that case, how we can combine 3, str1, str2, str3. How to do it? Can anyone? I want to still use concat only, but how we can combine those 3? First, let us take the first 2 strings. Okay, we already done this. So this is actually written the combined string, right? So first to take this one. So str1, str2 is concatenated. Then followed by one more concat of str3, like this. So we can do n number of concatenations like that. So now we'll get the final string. Okay. So this is how we can do the concatenation or joining the multiple strings. Okay. So now with this example, these are all different string methods, which we can use very frequently even in automation. So now let us talk about string immutability. So will it concat different data type? No. Concatenate is only for strings. That's the reason we are discussing string methods. So whatever methods I'm discussing here applicable for only strings. So if you want to join the number and string, then go for plus operator. Okay, if you want to have two different data type, then go for plus operator. Okay, so now let me discuss about a concept of string immutability. So what is mutable or immutable? We need to understand. What is a mutable and immutable? See, I'm giving simple example. You guys can tell me. I'm taking a number is equal to, let's say 10. Okay, what's the current value of the number? 10. So I think number is defined somewhere. I think a number variable is already taken somewhere. Yeah, here it is taken. Okay. So I'm taking number is already 10 we have, right? So let me take this. Number is already 10 we have. So current value of number is what? 10. Now I will write expression like this. Number equal to number plus 5. Number equal to number plus 5. I applied some operation on the number. I apply some operation on the number and storing into some other variable. Let me take a result variable. Okay, I am adding some number plus 5 to the number and result storing into result. So if I print like this, console.log of result, what is an output you will get? Obviously 15 you will get 15. Okay, so we have added some additional operation on this number. Will this impact the original value of the number? This particular operation will impact actual value of the number? No, right? So that value will maintain independently. So again, if you print the number, it will give you the actual number, which is 10. So whatever operation we are doing on that number, if this expression or if this operation is not impacting the original value, which is called immutability, So the operation cannot change the original value. Same behavior is applicable for string also. String is immutable. Means what? Whichever string method is applied on the string, that will not impact the original string. That is called immutability feature. Even in Java also, string is immutability. Immutable concept. String is immutable. Okay, so let us see the same example. Here we have created something. So str1, str2, str3. Okay, now I'm taking str1 here. Another example I'm keeping. str1 equal to welcome. We have this value already. So what I'll do is str1 dot concat welcome to TypeScript. I'm concatenating with some string. So str1 is already having some value and concatenating with the TypeScript. So what this will return actually? This will return another string. This is, let's say, modified string. Let modified string. Okay, so now if I print console.log of str1, what is the value you're expecting here? It should be again welcome. It should be welcome. So whatever operation we are applying on this variable cannot impact the original value of the variable or cannot change the original value of the variable. That feature is called immutability. So immutable means what? Cannot change the original value. Cannot change the original value. Okay, simple concept. Remember this. So there are other types, other collection which are mutable. Like we have a string buffer, string builder, certain classes are there. So by using those types also, we can create a strings, especially in Java. This is important, but here it's not much important. Just remember the concept. What is mutable? What is immutable? So if this particular operation is changing this original value, and that is called mutable feature. Okay, that is called mutable feature. So here it is immutable. String immutable. Okay, so this is simple one concept. And then I'll show you one more concept. Multi-line strings. Multi-line string. Suppose I want to represent string in multiple lines. Then how it is possible in TypeScript or RESTscript? For example, let's say I'm creating a variable letter multi-line, and which is a string variable equal to, normally how we can add some value here, you can write string like this. Normally we will write a string like this, welcome, one single line string. Right, suppose I want to write a big string I have, and I want to write in multiple lines. Then how we can write? Suppose here, can I write like this? Welcome to TypeScript. This is not invalid. As soon as you went to the next line, this statement will be considered as a next line statement. Okay, so this is completed. So this is not possible. With the double quotations, not possible. Even by using single quotations, it is not possible. So in that case, how we can define the multi-line string? So to define the multi-line string, again, we have to use backtick operator. With the backtick, it is allowed. So instead of this, I can say backtick operator. Now we can see multi-line string is allowed. So welcome to TypeScript, backtick operator and close. So this is allowed. Let multi-line string, and you need to put immediately here. Welcome to TypeScript, and it should be backlit operator. Okay, like this. So you can use multiple string like this, multi-line string. So if you just want to print this console.log, you can go back to the initial position. I say console.log of. I'm just printing the multi-line string. So if you want to represent multi-line string, then we have to go for backlit operator like this. Okay. Now when I print this, you will see this one. This is actual welcome to TypeScript. This is the first line and this is the second line. Okay. So this is how we can represent multi-line strings only with the backlit operator. Backtick operator. Okay. So these are the few important things which we need to learn from strings. Most important methods I have discussed, and do one round of practice. Even in automation perspective, these are very, very important. Even interview also, these string methods are most important. Okay. So that's all for strings. So based on arrays and strings, I will provide a quiz which contains 50 questions. All are multiple choice questions. 50 questions are there totally based on arrays concepts. Last two classes, we have an arrays methods, and today strings and string related methods. So almost 50 questions are there. And also at the end of the document, I provided all 50 questions, answers, everything. So you can just try to attempt this quiz. You will learn so many things. So before that, before attempting this quiz, do practice all the examples, whatever I have given during the class, last two classes and today's class. Totally 3 classes, just do practice. And once you practiced, and then come back and try to attempt the quiz here. Okay. For string related, I will also provide some notes. You can just refer these notes. This is string related. Whatever we have seen today, I've mentioned everything. Okay. So with this, we have done with arrays and string concept. So the next class, we will start discussing some other topics. Okay. We'll stop here.